What's up, guys? It's your boy Takeover checking in again, back with another video. As you can see, we got legs on the menu today. First time squatting since the competition. Now, we ain't gonna go too crazy today. We just trying to get back into the swing of things. So we're gonna kick it off with some abductors or whatever you call them. Yeah, I know what it is. This is a standard version of the seated abductors. So I'm just doing this to get the hips warm, get the glutes warm, quick little warm up. I did 4 sets. I never really go right into squats. I always do some kind of warm up to get my hips firing, get my glutes firing, hamstrings, quads. I try to get the blood flowing, get the joints warm before I just go in and start squatting. This is actually my first time using the standard version of this machine and the plate loader at that. It was pretty cool. I think the seated, it's no difference if you ask me. I didn't feel the difference between the seated and the standing, but I didn't want to go all the way to the front of the gym, and it was a new piece of equipment, so I thought it was worth the shot. Still warming up. Like I always say, I like to warm up with the movement as well. So I'm starting with the bar, just to find my rhythm. Like I said, this is my first time squatting since nationals. Probably about maybe 3 months since I've squatted, barbell squatted. So I'm starting with the bar, get the knees warmed up, find my motion, play around with my forearm, just to get into the swing of things. As I warm up to my heavy sets, I usually plate up about 45s. So I hit 1 or 2 sets of 1 plate, add a plate, 1 or 2 sets of that, add a plate. That's really pretty much how I find my top set. Like I said, I'm just getting into the swing of things. It's feeling pretty good. The weight actually felt kind of heavy. It felt foreign to me because I haven't done it in so long. But it is what it is. You got to start somewhere. It's almost like starting over from the beginning, which is fun because I always like a challenge. And I've been eating like crazy. Well, this week I've been back on a strict diet. I slipped up once within the past 5 days. I couldn't resist that fried chicken, man. And I usually don't even eat fried chicken, but I was so hungry. I don't even think I was hungry. It was just on my mind. It looked so good. I had to eat a few pieces of that fried chicken, dog. But I'm feeling a lot better now that I got all of I didn't really binge, but now that I got all my binge eating out the way, the junk food, I'm feeling a whole lot better. So now it's time to get stronger. It's time to get bigger. It's time to get better all across the board. But back to the squat video. We had 3 plates. I think I hit 3 sets up here. 2 sets of 10 and 1 set of 8. It felt really weird. And I usually don't like squatting at commercial gyms because I don't like commercial bars. But this bar was decent. But, I did what it did. I made it do what it do. And I want you guys to really focus on the form. I could have probably easily went up to 4 or 5 on this. But like I say, form over weight. I always preach that. Form over weight. I like to control the entire movement, get as deep into the squat as I can, and explode up. I don't want to short stroke it. The deeper the squat, the better the squat. You see a lot of people load up the squat bar and they short stroke it or do half reps and brag about how much they squat. It don't really matter how much you squat if your leg development doesn't show how much you squat. I'd rather much have huge legs that make it look like I squat 1,000 pounds and can only squat 135 than claim my squat 1,000 pounds and my legs don't show. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a walking billboard for the work that you're putting in. I mean, that's me personally. I don't want to go to the gym for countless hours, week in and week out, and my body is underdeveloped. You know, the work you put in should show. As simple as that. Not only in strength, but in appearance as well, in my opinion. Which is why I choose to be a power builder. You know, powerlifters only focus, most powerlifters I should say, focus on strength and not appearance, and most bodybuilders focus on appearance and not strength. So if you put two and two together, powerlifter and bodybuilder, you come up with power builder. So the goal is to be swole and strong, not one dimensional. So now we got the squats out the way. We on the pit shark or the belt squat, whichever name you prefer to call it. This one is pretty good. And like I always tell people on this machine, although you do have handlebars, don't pull yourself up. Perform this movement just as you would perform your squat. As you can see, I'm getting as deep as I did in my squat. I'm controlling it and I'm not pulling myself up. On the second set, I increased the weight and I scooted up a little bit so I could get deeper. I'm still trying to find my motion with this machine. A lot of them are different. The depth is different. As you can see, I'm playing around with my feet placement because I'm not able to get as deep as I can. So on the next set, I'm going to move the chain up closer to see if I can get deeper into the movement. But the goal is to get deep and don't pull yourself up. It still should be a squat, not a pull-up. Keep that in mind. Like some people often ask, what are some good glute exercises? The best glute exercise, in my opinion, is deep squats. I mean, you can do like kickbacks and glute bridges and things like that for accessories or secondary movements. But a deep squat, if you get deep in that squat, hamstrings are going to get involved. Calves are going to get involved. Quads, glutes, back. If you're doing barbell squats, like especially barbell squats, the whole body gets involved. And I know a lot of people don't like leg day, and a lot of people don't even watch leg day videos because they don't train legs or they hardly ever train legs. So I want to put this on record. Train legs just as much, if not more, than you train your upper body, and watch how your upper body grow. Watch how your strength grow from squatting. Like people always ask, how can they get a bigger bench press or how can they get bigger, et cetera, et cetera. And I'll tell them squat. And people never believe it. But I guarantee you, if you start squatting, you're going to get bigger, you're going to get stronger. So on to the third movement, we got quad extensions. I'm isolating my quads. You know, you have the quad extensions where you can do both legs at the same time. But I'm really trying to bring up every body part, especially my legs. So when I can isolate my quads and my hamstrings, that's what I'm going to do. This machine hits really good, and as you can see, I'm making sure I get the full stretch at the bottom. You see how I pulled the handle to make sure I get the full range, as much range of motion as possible. Look at the muscle engagement from getting the full range. And look at how I'm controlling the entire movement. The muscles should be engaged the entire movement. I can't stress that enough. Because keep in mind, the goal is to break down the muscle tissue. In order to break down the muscle tissue, you have to put the muscle under stress. So in other words, the more stress, the better. And keep in mind that I'm filming this video on a tripod, but I'm trying to give you guys as many different angles as I possibly can without taking too much time in between my sets to show you guys the muscles working, to show you guys better, so you guys can get a better understanding of the importance of control. And the reason that I said I prefer to do isolation quad extensions versus the double leg quad extensions, on most double leg quad extensions or any barbell or any machine that both muscle groups work together, your stronger side is always going to overpower your weaker side. You know, most people, if you pay attention, most people have one leg bigger than the other. It may be significantly noticeable or it may not be. But performing isolated movements will help correct muscle imbalances, because that's what it's called if one side is bigger than the other, a muscle imbalance. Like for instance, my left bicep is significantly more developed and bigger than my right bicep. So instead of doing barbell curls or curls where I use both arms like on the machine, I prefer to do dumbbells, alternated dumbbells, because each arm has to carry its own weight. So that gives my right bicep time to catch up with my left bicep. You know, because if I was doing a barbell curl, if my right arm got fatigued faster than my left arm got fatigued, then my right arm will overpower and take over more work than my right arm. So basically my left arm will be getting more stress than my right arm, causing it to grow bigger. So we on the fourth movement, we on some seated hamstring curls. I'm playing around with some techniques. I always see people sit up over the thing and claim that it hits the hamstrings better, so I decided I'd give it a try. Me personally, I didn't feel a difference, so I did it the regular way. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. But as I stated, this is the most that I've hit hamstring. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've always squatted, I've always hit quad extensions, and I would sometimes do one hamstring movement, maybe two, but I never really put emphasis on blasting hamstrings the way that I have been doing lately. As I stepped onto the national stage for the third time, I did notice that other guys' hamstrings were more bigger and developed than mine, which could have caused me to place, third. So with that being said, I made it a standard that I blast hamstrings or give my hamstrings good work every leg session. Again, it's all about control. It's not about loading up hella weight, trying to stroke your ego. It's a time and a place for everything. If I'm gonna load up hella weight, I'm gonna go to the squat bar, I'm gonna go to the leg press, I'm gonna perform a compound movement. But when it comes to accessory work, it's all about control. And this is a really good angle right here to show the control and the engagement of the hamstrings. And I'm getting a really good stretch. I'm stretching all the way out until the machine bottoms out. Almost coming to a dead stop and starting again. Every set won't be like this, which is fine, but you want to get as many sets like this as you can. Control is the key. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep implementing it because that's very important, and I feel like it's very overlooked in the weightlifting, bodybuilding community. Like a lot of things that I say may seem repetitive, but that's how you know that I really live by what I'm preaching. My goal is to teach, educate, motivate, inspire, so on and so forth. I'm not going to say anything that I'm doing what I'm not doing. I'm going to keep it 100% real with you guys. If I don't know something, I'm going to tell you guys I don't know. But what I do know, I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to take you guys on my journey as I get better, as I get smarter and advance in the sport and the fitness community. I want to help you guys do the same. Like, y'all motivate me, I motivate y'all. We're a team, we're a community. So let's grow together, man. And something I want to point out real quick before this video ends, as you can see, I put my heels closer together on this set to give my hamstrings a different feel, to get some different work. It's all about angles. Don't be afraid to play around with angles.